Hear from Courtney Hall, a kidney recipient, and Mike Gallagher, who is patiently waiting for a kidney transplant. Here to welcome and introduce our speakers is Josh Corcoran, Associate Director of CORE. Josh?
Hello everybody, good morning. My name is Josh Corcoran. I'm the Associate Director of Hospital Development for CORE. And first of all, I want to say thank you for having us here today. So privileged to be a part of this event and that your hospital will take it upon itself to do so much to honor these people today. At CORE and Hospital Development, our goal is to build a culture of donation in the hospitals that we serve. And that job becomes instrumentally easier to achieve when we have the support of a hospital like UPMC Hamot and the people that work here. In 2013, Hamot was home to 14 organ donors, 38 tissue donors, and 27 cornea donors. When you consider that one person can save or enhance the lives of 50 people, you can really see the effect that this hospital had on the community and the challenge we have in shortening the gap between those who need a life-saving transplant and those who can give it to them. Moving forward, I want to say that we're here for a multitude of reasons, and Dave touched on that just a second ago. I'll reiterate that now. We're here to honor the donor families. We're here to thank the hospital staff and administration. And lastly, we're here to rededicate ourselves to the 120,000 people who are still waiting on a life-saving transplant. Now today we're fortunate enough to have two people here that can really paint that picture for you to know what it's like to both receive a organ in need and also maybe to be on that waiting list right now. So with that, I'd like to welcome Courtney Hall, a young lady who was a recipient of a kidney, and she'll be telling you a little bit about her challenges and where she's at today. Courtney?
In September 2007, I started high school and started getting sick. It began with my ears. I had almost completely lost my hearing, and things just got worse. It traveled all throughout my body. I had joint pain, fevers, nausea, vomiting, weakness, fatigue, spots on my skin, and weight loss. After many visits to the doctor, my mom had me admitted to Hamot. After 9 days there, we decided to transfer to Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. Within 2 days, they told us that I was in total kidney failure and had a rare autoimmune disease called Wegener's granulomatosis. Wegener's is a very rare disease where your body attacks your own organs. There is no cure for it. It's usually found in adults over 50, so it was even rarer for me, 15 at the time, to get it. I had a vast cath and a PICC line put in and started treatment. My treatment consisted of lots of pills, chemotherapy, and hemodialysis, amongst other things. After 4 sessions of hemodialysis, my kidneys got better and they took the vast cath out. The doctor said that if I hadn't started the treatment, I would not have lived another 5 months. When I was finally able to go home, it was never for long. Every other week, I was back in Pittsburgh for one reason or another. February 2nd, 2008, my blood pressure was too high. On the way to Pittsburgh, I had a seizure. My uncle sat with me in the car while my mom called 911. An ambulance came and took me to him, where I had another seizure. I was unconscious and in critical condition. My blood pressure got up to 300 over 200. The weather was too bad for me to be airlifted, so children sent a guardian angel ambulance staffed with the doctor and medical team to transport me to Pittsburgh. I was taken straight to ICU, where I would spend the next month. I was in complete kidney failure again. I had an extra 8 liters of fluid in my body that my kidneys could not filter out. My disease was not under control at all. I had a peritoneal dialysis tube placed in my stomach and started dialysis right away. Usually when you have a peritoneal dialysis tube placed, you wait 2 weeks for it to heal before starting dialysis. I was in such bad shape I started that night. I was also put back on cytoxin and had the chemo once a month until July. The dialysis would happen every night at home for almost 2 years. Since I had chemo, the doctor said that I must be chemo-free for 18 months before I was allowed to receive my life-saving kidney transplant. This day would be December 25th, 2009. During this time, we started the process to find a living donor. My brother wanted to donate his kidney to me, but the doctors would not let him because he was too young. He was 13 at the time. Most family members were not matches. My mom, however, was a perfect match. After going through all the testing, the doctors saw a freckle on my mom's arm that they didn't like. My mom had to have the freckle biopsy before she was allowed to move on with the transplant. Her family doctor removed the freckle and thought things were fine. A few weeks later, her doctor called with the news that my mom had melanoma skin cancer. My mom had surgery to remove the cancer. During this time, the doctors went back and forth trying to decide if they would allow my mom to donate her kidneys. On November 30th, 2009, the doctors decided that they would not allow my mom to donate her kidney because she could pass the cancer on to me. I saved my mom's life while she was trying to save my life. If my mom had not gone through the testing, she wouldn't have known the freckle was skin cancer. Her doctor said she wouldn't be alive today if they didn't remove what they did. On December 12th, my mom's birthday, we received a phone call that they had a kidney for me. The coordinator asked my mom if we wanted to accept it, and my mom asked if we were allowed to since it was early. The answer was yes, and my doctors thought it was a good match. The call came at 10 p.m., and we needed to be in Pittsburgh in 3 hours. We called Grandma and Grandpa to take care of my brother and my dog. My mom told me to pack the important stuff. We had been told of long wait times and dry runs, so we were very excited, holding back that this might be one of those times. I was taken into surgery on December 13th, and my mom got to see my new kidney. She said that was the best birthday present ever. My transplant was a success. When we received the call, I didn't know I was on the transplant waiting list. I found out after my transplant that I was only on the list for 24 hours. My doctor said he hasn't seen a kidney transplant that fast in 35 years. 2 days later, I was allowed out of bed and to change into my own clothes. My mom looked at my suitcase, but there were no clothes. My suitcase was full of video games and books. Remember, she said pack the important stuff. I've had more than 5 blood transfusions, 10 platelet transfusions, 6 kidney biopsies, 8 months of chemo, 6 rounds of plasmapheresis, 2 different kinds of kidney dialysis over 2 years, hundreds of days in the hospital, thousands of pills, many high-dose IV steroids, 1 total hip replacement with the other one scheduled for May, and the list goes on. Life threw me a curve. With all the hard times I have gone through, I have become much stronger. I try to enjoy every day as a gift, and I want to pay it forward by promoting the importance of organ donation. If it weren't for people like my donor, I wouldn't be here today. Since my transplant, I've been volunteering with CORE. This has helped me in many ways. Thanks to CORE, I've met other people with transplants. We're able to talk about medicines and experiences. Before CORE, I had no one to talk to about these things that knew what it was like. I've also met potential donors, and I hope that I can show them the incredible things that can happen with the gift of life. Since my transplant, I feel better with what I've been able to do. I've combined my love for animals and organ donation by dressing my dog Sapphire and my pony Chester in blue and green to donate life to them. I've done things and met people that I might not have been able to, and I'm so grateful for it all.
Thank you very much, Courtney. I was hoping she was going to show her picture of her horse. Incredible effort, and also very brave of you to come speak with us tonight. With that, I'd like to introduce